How do you know that song? That is from way before your time.
I like songs from the 70s the best.
You're just an old soul.
Did you get any good food from set tonight?
Mm-hmm. Cold pizza from the crew wrap. Yum.
Ooh, that's naughty. Pizza at 2 a.m.
Pizza and a glass of rosé. I'm really naughty.
Sometimes it's fun to be a rebel, Miss Delany.
You're right, it is. You are my 2 a.m. rebel.
We had a chance to go behind the scenes of one of the most captivating productions live on stage here at the Goodman Theater, and I had a chance to sit down with the talent behind it all. I'm your host, Front Row Phyllis. Highway Patrol, it's a true story, a thriller, a love story, and all crafted through hundreds of tweets and DMs, and we are honored to have joining us Emmy Award-winning actress Dana Delany. We are so happy to be here. We're so happy that you're here.
I'm happy to be in Chicago at the Goodman.
So, you know, some say thriller, some say love story, but it's your story.
It is my story, all true.
So without giving too much away,
Yes.
tell our audience a little bit about what they will expect to see on the show.
Well, I was on the show Body of Proof starting in 2011, and ABC had asked me to go on Twitter, which I'd never been on before. So I developed a relationship with this young boy who was having some health issues. But also you get to come see what it's like to be on a TV show, you know, where you're working really hard hours, long hours, you don't have no life whatsoever.
None.
So it's kind of a behind, well, you know, but it's kind of a behind the scenes of the reality of what it is like to be on a television show on a weekly basis.
Everything on stage, like we talked about, is real. How does it feel telling your story?
It's a little scary. I was, you know, I'm kind of a private person, so I was a little hesitant to do it. But I feel like it's also a universal story, and ultimately it's about love, and I think everybody can relate to that. And we live in such a lonely time right now in the world and in our country, and everybody's online, and everybody's having these relationships online, and we're not really talking to each other.
Right.
And it's hard, so I think it's kind of a story of our time.
So how long have you been working on this? How long did it take to put it all together?
About 5 years. I did a play with my co-creators in New York, and I was planning to do it as a one-woman show because I had saved everything.
Okay.
And then I just happened to tell them a story on a train ride, and they were like, could we be involved with that? And I was, yeah, you guys are really good, so please, yes, this would be much better than my one-woman show.
The viewers, the fans, they all know you from TV, from Desperate Housewives, from China Beach, Body of Proof. So do you have the theater bug now?
Well, I started in theater in New York, which is, you know, when I was young, that's what you were supposed to do.
Yeah.
You know, you started in theater, you started in New York, you honed your craft, and maybe you did movies. You never did television. That was very frowned upon.
Really?
Yes, and the world's now changed.
Right.
But,
it's like
yeah,
reversed,
it's reversed,
right?
yeah.
Yeah.
So, no, I love doing theater, but it's a lot harder. I have friends my age who will not do theater. It's just, takes a lot of energy. It's a lot of memorization, live audience every night. You never know what's going to happen. Right. I find that for whatever reason, this play gets a lot of vocal reaction from the audience. And I don't think it's Chicago. I just think it's this play. And so it's interesting.
Each night, different audiences, different, like, do you feel the energy?
Oh, yes.
Okay.
Yes, it changes night to night completely. Yeah.
Has there ever been any of the nights that, like, something really strange happened?
Yeah, well, you know what's funny is in the beginning, people did not know anything about the story, so it was a little more raucous.
Right.
I think now that some of the word has gone out about the story, people are a little bit more on the edge of their seat, like what's going to happen, you know, but it just changes night to night.
Or some of these people, I know we've talked to others that obviously do live theater, and they're just like, you know, people don't shut their phones off, and they're like...
Yeah, but like the last show we did on Sunday, some woman yelled out, "Thank you!" And I was like, and because I talk directly to the audience, I have to acknowledge that. If you're going to talk to the audience, you have to expect them to talk back.
Now, how did you come up with the name Highway Patrol?
That was Jen Silverman, our writer. She had wanted that right from the beginning. And it has a double meaning, but, you know, you have to think of the information highway.
Well, thank you again. This
Thank
has been
you.
a true pleasure.
Thanks for coming to see the play.
Oh my gosh, I loved it. Oh, and guys, you gotta love it too. Thank you again, and just a reminder, Highway Patrol is playing now through February 18th at the Goodman Theater. Live from the Goodman Theater, it's Front Row Phyllis.